Oh, welcome to another episode of our live stream, My Journey to the Trinity. Today we've been doing this week, the beautiful names of Allah. And first day I believe it was Monday. Yes, on Monday, we did the harmful one, the one who harms you, the one who likes to harm you, because that's his name. Okay, the what is it? How's that? Um, harmful one. It'd be Zeke, the one who hurts you. And then on Tuesday, we did the one who forces you, El Kahar, the one who forces you to do what he wants. And he forces all creation just to show that he is capable to do that. And I just want to say something that you think, wait a minute, so many Muslims, if you talk to them, they say all these wonderful things about their Allah and these amazing things about this loving God that they follow. But in reality, they are living under a heaven of the true and living God, Yahweh. And Yahweh is a good God. Yahweh is a good God. And so they're living under the blessings of Yahweh, but they're giving credit to Allah for all this. And so there's a lot of different views of how Muslims view Allah. If they're in this country, if they're, hello, David Gabori. That sounds like a biblical name there. David Gabori. Sounds like a Gabor, which is Gaborim, one of the names of Jesus in Isaiah chapter 9. So today we're going to look at one of the most devastating of Allah's so-called beautiful names. Now, there's something to be said about this. This one is a little bit different in that they don't, with most of the beautiful name, they have their little rosary that they do, and the rosary has 33 beads. And so they recite the names, the so-called beautiful names of Allah. And every time they do it, they believe they're getting extra credit to go to heaven. And but this Mak'r is not one of the names that they use when they do the rosary thing. But it is one of the names in the Quran, and it's very prevalent in the Quran. And very disturbing that that's the name of Allah. And a lot of times Muslims, who do you think I am? God bless you. A lot of times Muslims, what they do, especially their leaders, is that they tell people that Mak'r, and the word Mak'r is the word for deceiver, the best of deceivers. Khair al-Makirin, the best of deceivers. And interestingly, it shows you the enmity between Satan and the Lord Jesus, because this is specifically to do with the death of Jesus and how Satan used all his deceptive powers. Khair al-Makirin. Dale tu cuerpo alegría, Macarena, que tu cuerpo la alegría, cosa buena. Macarena. Yes, I'm still got to do that song. I don't know. Somebody else is going to steal it from me if I don't hurry up and do it. But so this is one of Allah's names, and unfortunately, it's let's look at how some sheikhs try to to whitewash this. Okay, now this is in Arabic, but I will translate it for you. you know.
يقول الله جل وعلا ومكروا ومكر الله والله خير.
It's saying, it says in chapter 3 of the Quran, they deceived, Allah deceived, and Allah is the best of deceivers.
الماكرين. الآن بعد أن وشوا إلى الملك بأن عيسى عليه الصلاة والسلام كافر وأنه
When they talk to the king that Jesus is or Isa is an unbeliever,
يسعى إلى إسقاط حكمك وأنه يفرق بين المرء وأبيه وأنه حتى أوغروا صدر الملك على عيسى عليه الصلاة والسلام. الآن قرروا قتله.
They turned the king against Isa to where they wanted to kill him.
صلى الله عليه وسلم. ومكروا، والمكر هو بذل أسباب خفية لإيذاء الغير. بذل أسباب خفية لإيذاء الغير أو إيذاء الغير بأسباب خفية. المهم.
They have hidden motives.
هذا هو المكر.
This is deception.
وهذا المكر منهم أنهم يهجمون على عيسى.
That they attacked Isa
عليه الصلاة والسلام ويأخذونه ثم يصلبونه صلوات ربي وسلامه عليه.
and they wanted to kill him.
لكن ما علم هؤلاء الجهال أن الله تبارك وتعالى يعلم خائنة الأعين وما تخفي الصدور وأنه يعلم السر وأخفى ومهما
They have the secret in their hearts, but they hid it.
ما قالوا في صدورهم أو مع إخوانهم من الشياطين شيئا فإن الله
They said something in their hearts that was maybe from Satan's.
يعلم. فأوحى الله إلى عيسى ما أرادوا به فجمع عيسى عليه الصلاة والسلام تلاميذه.
So Isa gathered his disciples.
وهم الحواريون.
The disciples.
فقال لهم.
He said to them.
إن القوم قصدوا قتلي الآن خلاص انتهى الأمر.
The people are going to come kill me. That's it.
فمن منكم يفديني بنفسه على أن يكون.
Who of you wants to redeem me with his own life?
رفيقي في الجنة.
And be my friend in paradise. So you get to live down the street from me.
في رواية أن يكون في درجتي في الجنة.
You have a higher degree in paradise.
فقام أحد الحواريين فقال أنا أفديك بنفسي.
And so one of the disciples said, I'll do it.
فأعادها عيسى عليه السلام مرة ثانية فقام هذا الحواري وقال أنا أفديك.
So, Isa asked them another time, who wants to do it?
أعادها الثالثة قام الرجل نفسه وقال
3 times he said he wants to do it.
نبي الله. فقال أنت إذن.
He says, okay, it'll be you.
فألقى الله تبارك وتعالى الشبه على هذا الرجل.
And Allah put the appearance of Isa on this other guy.
شبه عيسى عليه الصلاة والسلام. ثم رفع عيسى من روزنة.
And then Isa was taken up to paradise.
في البيت نافذة. في البيت.
There's a hole in the roof.
عيسى عليه الصلاة والسلام. فلما دخل أولئك القوم ليقبضوا على عيسى وجدوا هذا الرجل هو شبيه عيسى فظنوه عيسى عليه الصلاة والسلام فأخذوه ثم صلبوه وهم يظنون أنهم صلبوا عيسى عليه الصلاة والسلام.
Thinking that they crucified Isa. If you ask most Muslims why did this happen, almost all Muslims are going to say he did this to save his beloved prophet Isa. But the problem is he had already saved him. He didn't need to do this deception. He had already taken him into heaven. Why did he need to do this deception? Why did he need to so-called, do this deception and use this opportunity to show the character of Allah? That this is one of his characteristics, is that he is a deceiver. Why did he have to do that? He didn't need to. He had already rescued Isa. He was already taken up through the hole in the roof.
كما قال الله تبارك وتعالى وبكفرهم وقولهم على مريم بهتانا عظيما وقولهم إنا قتلنا المسيح عيسى ابن مريم رسول الله. الله تبارك يقول وما قتلوه وما صلبوه.
That they didn't kill him or crucify him.
ولكن شبه لهم وإن الذين اختلفوا فيه لفي شك منه.
The people who differ about it, there's doubt.
ما لهم به من علم إلا اتباع الظن وما قتلوه يقينا.
They did not kill him for sure.
رفعه الله إليه.
Allah lifted him up.
الله عزيزا حكيما. وهذا جاء عن ابن عباس رضي الله تبارك وتعالى عنهما أن هذا الذي وقع أن أحد تلاميذ عيسى هو الذي فداه.
And it was one of Isa's disciples who redeemed him. Yeah, boy, satanic, so satanic. Oh man, they make Isa into this coward. they make Isa into this coward. And it really makes you show you who Allah is, the best of deceivers.
نفسي فألقي شبه عيسى على هذا الرجل ورفع عيسى إلى السماء صلوات ربي وسلامه عليه وسينزل ليكمل مسيرته في هذه الدنيا. القول الثاني
come down to complete his destiny in the world.
أنه ألقي الشبه على قائد الشرطة الذي أوشى بعيسى والذي أراد.
Some people said that he put his appearance on the police chief. You know, it's so funny is that it says in this verse that whoever doubts this is in confusion. But in reality, no one is in more confusion than the Muslims about this because they don't know who died. They say, some say that it's one of the disciples, some say it's a little kid, some say that it's the police, chief of police, some say it's a soldier, and they're the ones who are in confusion. They don't know, you know, who Allah, and again, there was no reason for Allah to do all of this because he had already rescued Isa.
لقتل عيسى ألقى الله عليه شبه عيسى فلما دخلوا البيت جعل الله صورة ذلك الرجل صورة عيسى فالذين دخلوا معه ألقوا القبضة عليه قال أنا صاحبكم قالوا أنت عيسى.
They said to him, you are Isa.
قالوا وهذا مكر الله بهم سبحانه وتعالى مكروا لقتل عيسى خاصة هذا وإن كان معه فجعل الله تبارك وتعالى المكر يحيق بهم.
So Allah, they deceived and Allah deceived.
فجعل صورته صورة عيسى فأخذ هذا الرجل وقتل.
The only deceiver here is the Allah.
والقول الثالث أن أحد تلاميذ عيسى غدر وخان.
Another story is that one of Isa's disciples deceived him. So, all right, let's see what this guy says here.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. أيها الأحبة أيها الأحبة الحقيقة المكر يعني قبل المكر ينبغي أن نفهم هذا القرآن جيدا.
We have to, when it comes to deception, we have to understand this Quran very good.
كتاب أنزلناه إليك مبارك ليدبروا آياته.
This is a blessed book we sent down to you.
يتذكر أولو الألباب. التدبر مطلوب أيها الأحبة وفهم كلام القرآن مطلوب.
Understanding the words of Allah is required.
القرآن أن نتأمل الآيات التي فيها نفس الكلمة حتى نفهم ماذا يريد الله تعالى منا.
So we need to look at other verses that talk about this word so we can know what Allah is trying to say to us.
الله عز وجل يقول أفأمنوا مكر الله فلا يأمن مكر الله إلا القوم الخاسرون.
Okay, the only ones who believe in the deception of Allah are the ones who are the losers.
ما معنى أفأمنوا مكر الله؟
What does it mean that they believe in the deception of Allah?
بكل بساطة أيها الأحبة دعونا نفهم ما هو المكر أولا.
Let's see what deception is.
عندما جاء النبي عليه الصلاة والسلام مكر به المشركون جلسوا اتفقوا على خطة.
They all agreed on a plan.
ليقتلوا هذا النبي الكريم.
وبدأوا
يفكرون يعني عملية المكر أيها الأحبة هي تخطيط لعمل ما.
The plan is to deceive.
هي أن ترسم مخطط لتقوم بعمل ما. هذا هو المكر السيء إذا كان الهدف منه.
This is the bad deception.
أن تحدث شرا وضررا لشخص لا.
Plan wickedness and evil against a person.
لا يستحق هذا الضرر.
Who doesn't deserve this.
فهذا مكر سيء.
This deception is bad.
هناك مكر جيد يستخدم في.
There is good deception. Yo boy, yeah. There's good deception, you guys.
في المعارك والحروب يعني أنت.
In war and in battles.
لكي تدافع عن نفسك.
in order to protect yourself,
لابد أن ترسم خطة محكمة.
You have to have a wise plan
لتنجو من شر الأعداء.
to save yourself from the plan of the enemy.
هذا المكر مكر جيد لأنك
This is good deception.
تحمي نفسك به.
To protect yourself.
ولا تضر الآخرين.
Not to hurt others. So there's good deception and bad deception, you guys.
عز وجل خاطب هذا النبي فقال له: وإذ يمكر بك الذين كفروا.
It says they deceived who disbelieved in you.
ليثبتوك.
To prove.
أو
to kill you.
ويمكرون ويمكر الله والله خير الماكرين.
To deceive Allah, but Allah is the best of deceivers.
ما هو مكر الله أيها الأحبة؟
What is the deception of Allah, beloved?
مكر الله
deception of Allah.
أن ينجي نبيه عليه الصلاة
To save his prophet. But he already saved them. He didn't need to do the deception. He already saved them. He didn't need to do the deception. It leads you to think the only reason Allah did it is because it's his nature to deceive. The only reason he put Isa's appearance on someone else is to deceive all the Jews and all the Christians. That's the only reason, to deceive Jesus's mother too. Because he had already saved them. I mean, he's saying right here, it was to save Isa. But he had already saved them. He already went through the hole in the roof. He didn't need all of this. But why did Allah do it? Because it's his nature to deceive.
هل هذا أمر جيد أم سيء؟
Is this a good thing or a bad thing?
يعني عندما يأتي شخص
when somebody comes
ليخطط ويحبك ضدك مؤامرة ليضرك
to plan
وأنت لا تستحق الضرر، أنت إنسان بريء مظلوم، ثم الله سبحانه وتعالى يحبط هذه المؤامرات. الله عز وجل يمكر بهذا الشخص أن يحبط مخططاته ومؤامراته وينجيك من شره.
To save. Why didn't he plan to save Muhammad when he got poisoned? You know, why didn't Allah plan to save Muhammad? Why didn't he? You know the story about the leg of lamb that Muhammad ate, that the Jewish lady made for him, and he ate it, put it in his mouth, and then the leg of lamb talked to him. If it would have talked to him like a few seconds earlier, it would have saved his life, but it didn't. It spoke to him after he already tasted, and it kept torturing him until the point that he had to be dragged around on men's shoulders because he couldn't walk. And then he died in that, and he said, my aorta is being cut. Why didn't Allah save him?
مكر الله فيه خير أيها الأحبة، ليس فيه ضر. ويمكرون يعني يمكرون بك أيها النبي ليقتلوك.
They're deceiving, prophet, in order to kill you.
ويسكت صوت الحق.
And they silence the voice of truth.
ينشر الضلال والفساد لأنهم يرفضون دعوة الإيمان ودعوة الحق.
And they spread darkness because they refuse faith.
ولكن الله سبحانه وتعالى لديه مكر، ولكن مكر حسن.
But Allah has at his disposal deception. Allah has at his disposal deception. But this is good deception.
أن الله عز وجل ألهمك أيها النبي الهجرة، ألهمك أن تقوم بهذا الحدث الكوني العظيم، أن تهاجر من مكة إلى المدينة.
This is now talking about Muhammad, how he was supposed to go from Mecca to Medina.
فألهمك كيف تسلك الطريق الصحيح.
How can he go in the
لك
right
ماذا
way?
تفعل؟ ألهم الناس في المدينة أن يستقبلوا هذا النبي الكريم.
يقول الله جل وعلا: ومكروا ومكر الله والله خير الماكرين. الآن بعد أن وشوا إلى الملك بأن عيسى عليه الصلاة والسلام كافر.
Yeah, I want to see what Sha'arawi says.
يمكرون ويمكر الله والله.
They deceived and Allah deceived, and Allah is the best of deceivers.
خيره. أنت بتمكر على مين؟
Who does he deceive?
مكر.
He deceives deception.
الأصولي إن اللي ينكر عليه ما يعرفش إن ده مكر.
One who is deceived doesn't know that this is deception.
ولذلك لما تحب تمكر بقى خليك لبق.
And whoever wants to continue deceiving, stay the way you are.
ولذلك يقول لك دلوقتي الصراحة بعد
Allah all the time in all clarity.
الناس ما اتعلمت انهم يفهموا، قال لك اللي عايز يمكر بهم بقى حق يبقى صريح ويقول الحق. يقول لك يا سلام بقى، هو معقول هيقول كده؟
Very pathetic. Okay, let's see what this guy. Now I know this guy. I've heard what this guy says, but I'll play it anyway.
المكر هو التخطيط.
Okay, this guy instantly changed the word makr, deception, to planning. He instantly did this. He says deception is planning.
دون التنفيذ لإيقاع الشرور في الآخرين.
Planning, deception, to bring evil on someone else.
هذا هو المكر.
This is deception.
لماذا؟ الله قال عن قوم نوح ومكروا
Allah said about the people of Noah, they deceived.
مكرا كبارا.
They deceived a big deception.
لكن لم ينفذوا في نوح.
But they did not fulfill it.
نوح هو الذي نفذ.
Noah is the one who won.
نوح مكروا، كانوا يخططوا، فنوح
Noah's people, they planned.
سبقهم ونفذ.
But he overcame them and fulfilled the.
لكن الله سبحانه وتعالى قال: ويمكرون ويمكر الله والله خير الماكرين.
But Allah says they deceived and he's the best of deceivers.
أي إذا خططوا الله يفشل مخططاتهم.
If they plan something, Allah makes their plans to fail.
وليس الله مكار بحد ذاته.
And Allah is not a deceiver in himself. Yes, he is. It's his name. He just said, Allah is not a Mak'r. He's not a deceiver in himself. Yes, he calls himself that. Nobody put that name on him. He did. And this sheikh right here is saying, no, Allah is not a deceiver. Yes, it does. It says he's a deceiver.
الله يمكر أن يفشل مخططات.
When Allah deceives, it's to make the plans of wicked people to fail.
الفاسدين.
The corrupt.
يمكرون ويمكر الله. أي
They deceived and Allah deceived.
خططوا أنا أفشل المخططات.
And Allah makes their deception to fail.
فعلينا إذا رأينا نحن كمجتمع أن هنالك من يخطط
If there is someone in the society who plans
لإيقاع الأذى فينا
to hurt us,
فعلينا أن نفشل مخططاته
we have to cause their plans to fail
قبل أن ينفذها علينا.
before they fulfill it.
هكذا يجب أن نكون واعين. المكر هو التخطيط دون التنفيذ.
Okay, this guy is totally, he's a doctor too, Ali Mansour Kayali. Yeah, very pathetic, very pathetic. My goodness. You know, this guy, let's see if Sha'arawi says anything. Let's see this guy. I really don't like him. Okay, I don't want to listen to this garbage.
المكر له وسائل يمكرون ليثبتوك.
They deceive in order to prove you.
يمكرون يقتلوك.
They deceive in order to kill you.
يمكرون يخرجوك.
To get rid of you.
ليثبتوك أي إيه؟ ليقيدوا حركتك.
to watch your movements
إثبات بالقيد أو السجن.
with prison or slavery.
خلاص القيد منع المتحرك من انه يتحرك. طب والسجن حدد مجال حركته، انه اذا اخفى عليك وسيله لانتقام منك فلن تستطيع ان تكشفها، انما انت مهما بيت والله اعلم بما ايه.
Well, I think that those guys really showed you the degree to which they are tied up into knots. They are tied up into knots over this. And yes, they made Isa into a deceiver like Allah. You know, that's not Jesus, it's Isa. And he's also a coward. He's also a coward because he let somebody die in his place. You know, it just shows you the satanic. Okay, and I just want to show you some of the verses. Oh, there's our friend Lewis. Oh, dude. I don't know I'm sure I can look through all of this. Got the whole book, which I appreciate having the whole book. Qurtubi Tafsir. Okay, I think I can go ahead and tafsir.org. Al-Qurtubi is always got some wild things that he says. Okay, where is it? Al-Tafsir. Tafsir. Better to go this way. Okay. Okay. In the tafsirs, we can get the Al-Qurtubi, Al-Fatiha, 354. Okay, Qurtubi is one of the first ones that they have. Zamashkhari, Tabrasi, Razi, Al-Qurtubi. Okay. Okay. Let's see what Qurtubi says, because Qurtubi, like I said, he's a very popular scholar, and I know there are scholars who say, dude, there's just no way that Allah would do this, that you can call Allah a deceiver, that you can attribute to Allah this attribute of being a liar, a deceiver, but the Quran does. The Quran does. I think I have the Qurtubi. Let me see if I can show this, because I think this would be interesting. Share screen. Okay. Says, his saying, may he be exalted, that they plotted refers to the disbelievers among the children of Israel who were aware of their disbelief, meaning their plot to kill him. This is because when Isa was driven out of his people and his mother from among them, he returned to them with the disciples and called them to the truth. They plotted to kill him and conspired to assassinate him. That was their plot. Allah's plotting is his leading his servants astray where they do not perceive it. According to Al-Farra and others, Ibn Abbas said, every time they commit a sin, we renew a blessing for them. As the judge said, God's plotting is his recompense for their plotting. So he named the recompense after the initial act. As in his saying, God mocks them and he is deceiving them. See, they realize that it is deception. This God mocks them and he is deceiving them. They're admitting that it's deception. They're admitting that Allah is a deceiver. And there's an issue. They want to just say that this is just Allah's reaction to their deceptiveness. Well, not really. This is his name. This is his name. He is called the deceiver, Mak'r, Khair al-Makirin, the best of deceivers. And so God mocks them and he is deceiving them. So right there, they're admitting exactly what it means. This has already been discussed in Surah Al-Baqarah. The root meaning of plotting, or the language, is trickery and deception. Pleasing also refers to the sagging of the leg. A woman with sagging legs is described as having puckered legs. Pleasing also refers to a type of garment. He said rather, whatever. God's plan refers to casting the likeness of Isa upon another and raising Isa to himself. No, it's raising Isa to himself and then casting his likeness onto somebody else. This is because when the Jews conspired to kill Isa, he entered the house, fleeing from them. Okay, and Gabriel raised him up to heaven through a window. The king then said to the wicked man among them, called Judas, go in and kill him. So he entered the window, but did not find Jesus there, and God cast the likeness of Jesus upon him. When he came out, they saw him resembling Jesus, so they seized him, killed him, and crucified him. There's so many different stories. They are so confused about this. They don't know who was crucified. Then they said, his face resembles the face of Isa, and his body resembles the body of our companion. If this is our companion, then where is Isa? And if this is Isa, then where is our companion? So fighting broke out among them, and they killed one another. Of course. They really were the first Muslims. This is what Allah Almighty meant. And they plotted, and God plotted. They deceived, and Allah deceived. And other interpretations have been given, as will be discussed later. And Allah is the best of planners. No, he's the best of deceivers. And this is an active participle derived from the verb makara, the plot to scheme. Some scholars have included it among the names of Allah. Some scholars include it among the names of Allah. So when supplicating with it, one might say, oh, best of planners, plan for me, plot for me. No, best of deceivers, deceive for me. That's what they say when they're the prophet used to say in his supplication, oh, Allah, plot for me and do not plot against me. We have mentioned in this book, okay. Now I'm kind of curious now. Muhammad used to pray that. I'm wondering if we might be able to find that where Muhammad says that. Allah. A prophet used to supplicate, my Lord, aid me and do not aid against me. Grant me victory. Do not grant victory over me and plot for me and do not plot against me. I wonder how it says it in Arabic. It says it in Arabic, exactly. Muhammad used to pray that his God will deceive for him. Tansur ala wa amkar wa umkur liya la tumkur alayya. Deceive for me. Don't deceive against me. Yay. Muhammad used to pray this. He used to ask his God to deceive for him. That's exactly what it says. Umkur li. Wala tumkur alayya. That's deceive for me. Don't deceive against me. This is what Muhammad used to pray. Wow. I never heard this before, you guys. This is new. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful words and beautiful names. تمكر علي وديني يسر الهدى لي وانصرني على من بغى علي. الرب اجعلني لك شكرا، لك ذكر، لك رهابا، لك مطوعا. Wow. So Muhammad is praying that Allah will deceive others for him. Muhammad is praying. This is what, well, this is what Allah does. And so he could use that to deceive others. Andrew's asking, where did they get this craziness from? It's because of who their God is. And Muslims, please notice this, and please realize that your Quran says your God is the best of deceivers, and leave Islam. Come to the truth. Wow, that is wild. He says, okay, wild. Thank you, Truth Defender, for that. That's a great little piece there. And I also wanted to show you guys, because the word Mak'r is in the Bible also, it's used in the Bible. It's not an unknown word, okay? So it's very easy to find this in the Bible. And in the Bible, they don't try to change it to planner. In the Bible, they're not afraid of what it means. Okay. They just don't say that Allah, they don't say that God is a deceiver, whereas the Quran does. Oops. Okay, let me go back here. Sorry, guys. It takes me a second here. It's the best of deceivers. Allah refers to himself as Mak'r al-Makirin, the greatest of all deceivers. The root letters are Mim, Ka, Ra. Al-Mawrid's dictionary: to deceive, delude, cheat, double-cross, Mak'r, cunning, craftiness, slyness, wiliness, double-dealing, deception, deceit, artifice, guile. To deceive, delude, cheat, double-cross, dupe, cunning, craftiness, slyness, witness, double-dealing, deception. Yep, and that's Muhammad attributed that name to his God. He gave his God that name. And Muslims, the scholars, they admit that this is one of the names, but they say that some scholars don't recite it as one of the names. They don't recite it, but okay, text. Okay, Word, HTML. Okay, I want to just show you a couple of places where I believe it's 2 Corinthians 11:4. Let me just show you this, because this is where in the Bible that word Mak'r is used. That word is used in the Bible about 3 or 4 times. عليكم غيرة ولأني لرجل واحد لكني أخاف, but I fear إنه كما خدعت الحية حواء, but I'm afraid that as the snake deceived Eve, بمكرها, Mak'r, with its deception. So the Bible attributes this characteristic to the snake that deceived Eve. The Quran, the Bible, attributes this word to the snake that deceived Eve, to Satan. So, and Muhammad took that name and gave it to his God because he wanted to touch the crucifixion. You can't touch the crucifixion. You do, you're going to expose yourself. And boy, did Muhammad expose himself. And did he expose his God as well? He not only exposed himself, he exposed his God, that he is Satan. Okay. If you're a Muslim, I encourage you, leave Islam. Leave Islam today. Okay. Let me see. I think this is it here. Let's see. Mal'oon. It's Malachi chapter 2. I think it might be in chapter 1. Mak'r. Okay. Okay, right here. Right here in Malachi chapter 1, verse 14. Mal'oon el-Mak'r. Cursed is the deceiver. Cursed is the deceiver. That's what it says in the book of Malachi. And who is the deceiver? Okay. Cursed is the deceiver. And it's the word Mak'r. Mal'oon el-Mak'r. So this word is in the Bible, and it's one of the beautiful names of Allah. And so let's see, it's so easy to be deceived by the charlatans who calls us. See here, I just want to show you the thing that Brother Truth Defender sent us. Okay, Facebook. Okay, here it is. Let me show you this. Old's Dictionary, one of the most famous dictionaries. The Arabic Surah 354 reads, Makaru, they deceived, Makar Allah, and Allah deceived. Allah is the best of deceivers. Allah refers to himself as Khair al-Makirin. It's Kha, okay, al-Makirin, the greatest of all deceivers. The root letters are Mim, Kaf, Ra. Almarid's dictionary says to deceive, delude, cheat, double-cross, dupe, cunning, craftiness, slyness, wiliness, double-dealing, deception, deceit, artifice, guile. To deceive, delude, cheat, double-cross, dupe, cunning, craftiness, slyness, wiliness, double-dealing, deception, deceit, artifice, guile. So that's what the dictionary says, and that is the name of Allah. That is the name of Allah. And Muhammad gave him that name. And so, the interesting thing is that is the way that the scholars try to to change the meaning of it. You saw that one scholar, that older guy, the first thing he does is change the meaning. The first thing he does is say that Mak'r does not mean deceiver, it means planner. The word for plan in Arabic is yukhattit. The person who plans is called mukhattit. That's the person who plans, you know. And so for them to say that Mak'r means planner, and they got away with it. They got away with it in all the English translations of the Quran. It's always planner, plotter, you know. That the word is known in Arabic. The word is known in Arabic, and so yeah, this is if you are a Muslim, you should leave Islam. And there's actually a cartoon. My wife told me they used to have it in Iran. And it's the fox, and it's called Mak'r, the deceiver. And so they called the fox Mak'r, the deceiver, because his character is sly and deceptive. Remember what Jesus called Herod. He says, "Go tell that fox." And in Herod's case, he used the female fox. So okay, so all right, you guys. So we will let's see here. Okay, all right. Here's the Arabic word for planner. Okay, the word for planner in Arabic, mukhattit. Mukhattit. Okay, this is the word right here, mukhattit. The word for plan is khattit. Yeah, I think he was. Yeah. The word for plan is khattit. Khattit is the plan. Mukhattit is the one who plans. And so mukhattit is the plan. Quite a bit difference from Mak'r. Mak'r, okay? Which is what Allah is called. He's called the deceiver, the best of deceivers. So there you go, you guys. We've had 3 of Allah's beautiful names. Okay, one of them is the harmful one, al-dar, the harmful likes to harm you because it's his nature to harm you. And yesterday we talked about what was the one yesterday? Oh, al-Qahar, the one who forces you. He's the forcer. He forces you to do what he wants. And today, the deceiver, the best. And if you have any questions about who Allah is, Muhammad exposed him. So, all right, you guys. Well, shoot, we actually made it to 49 minutes. I didn't think we would make it that long. I'm a little bit tired today. And dale tu cuerpo alegría Macarena, que tu cuerpo fagar alegría cosa buena. Dale tu cuerpo alegría Macarena, khair el Macarena. So, so we're going to make that song someday. So, all right, you guys. Well, thank you for being with us. And if you haven't done it, please do it now. Jesus, help me. Jesus, forgive me. Jesus, come into my heart. Jesus, help me. Jesus, forgive me. Jesus, come into my heart. Yesur, sa'idni. Yesur, samahni. Yesur, udkhul albi. We love you, but much more importantly, he loves you.
Hey, baby. Hey, baby. Where's your mama? Where's your mama? About al-hur al-'ain, which is mentioned many times in the Quran, حور مقصورات في الخيام in Surah Al-Rahman. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala spoke about one type of the reward that He prepared for the righteous servants in heaven by preparing pure, chaste, untouched women from heaven for the believers when they enter heaven. What happens to one's wife? The Prophet ﷺ said, "Al-mar'atu li-akhiri azwajiha fil jannah." A woman who is married in this life, and she is due to enter heaven, and her husband too, they will both enter heaven and they will be married there. If she, for instance, a woman was married multiple times, and all her husbands have made it to heaven, and she too, she will be remarried to the last husband she had in this life. Even though he might have al-hur al-ain, etc., but she will be the queen of all. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, this is a question that the sisters worry about, because the hadith and how the scholars describe the beauty of al-hur al-ain, as they mention in the Quran, that she cannot compete with them. The good news is that she will be the prettiest of all. She will be the best of all of them, and she will be the queen of those al-hur al-ain.
Oh, women, Muslim women, your husband, okay, when you get to this paradise, okay, your husband is going to get 72 women in addition to you. You're going to be prettier than them. The good news, this is the good news. This is the Islamic gospel, you know, is that you're going to be prettier. You're going to be prettier than those other women. But your husband's going to have 72 women. And you are going to just have him. So you get to wait. And some people say, I've heard it said, that the wife here on earth actually gets to be the doorkeeper. That's unbelievable honor. She gets to be the doorkeeper. And so she gets to leave. Okay, number 14, go in. And then when she's done, she says, okay, number 15, okay, let's go in. All the way to 72. But I have bad news. I don't mean to rain on your parade. That especially if you follow the Shiite, that you're actually going to have 124 quadrillion women. Your husband is 124 quadrillion women. Here's like a picture of them. And this is the Shiite teaching, because you get, according to the number of hairs on your body, you get women for every hair on your body. So women, women, women. Okay, and your wife, she gets to knit, she gets to cook, she gets to she gets to look prettier than the others. Okay. So I just want to read this to you. Truth Defender sent this. Mak'ara, to deceive, delude, dupe, gall, double cross. Mak'r, cunning, craftiness, alayness. Mak'ara, artifice. Okay, let me read this. Oh Allah, the turner of hearts, make my heart constantly firm on your religion of Islam. Although he had such faith, which was too great to suffice all the inhabitants of the earth, each was afraid that his heart might go astray. So he used to utter while weeping, would that I have been bitten, I have been a bitten tree. Whenever he was reminded of his position in Allah's sight, he would say, by Allah, I would not rest assured till I feel safe from Allah's Mak'r, deception. Even if one of my feet was, again, this was Abu Bakr, Muhammad's father-in-law. He said, if I did everything right and kept the religion all the way to the end, he says, I still wouldn't feel safe until, because if I have one foot in paradise, Allah's deception might send me to hell, because Allah was so deceptive. Abu Bakr, the second caliph, said that. I think the caliphs, they are the ones who really destroyed whatever Muhammad taught, because Umar bin al-Khattab, he added stuff to the Quran. Umar bin al-Khattab said that the Kaaba was useless. He did all these crazy things, and then and here's Abu Bakr saying Allah's a deceiver, and I'm afraid he might send me to hell even though I did everything right. But yeah, sounds like Satan. Sounds like a liar to me. So, all right, you guys. Well, shoot, we made it 56 minutes. So, all right. Well, let me go ahead and do this, and because I would like to be an hour. I'd like to be an hour. So to be at least an hour. Idiots. Okay. I'll let you hear my free bird solo. Okay. Oh, shoot. Okay, but I played. So you heard a little bit there. So, all right, you guys. Well, thank you for being with us, and have a blessed night. Thank you. Yeah, I still got a minute and 10 seconds here. Sometimes we talk about, I'll throw in my question. Who's the queen who had 20 wives in total? Abduls can have 4 wives at one time. There's a queen who had 20 wives. And this is in Islam. I wonder if it was like in the pre-Islamic, because women had a lot of rights before Muhammad. They were very powerful and very rich. Just look at Khadija, But then Muhammad came to pull them all down. Those can have 4 wives at one time. Who's the queen if he had 20 wives in total? Oh, okay. I think he's the queen. I mean, she's a queen. His wife here on earth, she's the queen, she's the doorkeeper queen. She's the doorkeeper queen. She'd rather be a doorkeeper in her husband's tent than so. All right, you guys, be blessed. Thank you for being with us.